I'm going to be honest. I really don't like Eggman's new AI daughter Sage that much. I will admit that I don't like the story in Sonic Frontiers, so I might be biased for that reason, but I don't really see the need to humanize Eggman the way the game went about doing that. Sure, Eggman is not completely irredeemable as a person, but we already knew that, and there are other ways it could have been shown to us, even in Sonic Frontiers without Sage. Her presence in the story has like little to no impact on the gameplay, so Eggman could just team up with Sonic to save the world without her even being there, and Eggman could have had some other kind of heartfelt moment with the others, but that's not to say I hate or even dislike Sage. In fact, I think that as a concept, she's actually pretty cool, and I think there's huge potential for rivalry between her and Sonic in the future of the series. As Eggman's daughter in creation, Sage's loyalty lies mainly with him, as Sonic Frontiers shows to us throughout his story. So it's not unreasonable to assume that next time Eggman is actually the big bad, Sage will be on his side and be a rival to Sonic in a way that could even rival Sonic's rivalry with Metal Sonic. Jokes aside, as much as I think Sonic Colors is a good game with a decent story, which I would say is actually the best Pontaff story, despite being Eggman's creations and servants Orbot and Cubot are just there for comic relief. And as I said in my analysis of Amy, comic relief in a video game story is not a bad thing, but when Orbot and Cubot appear in a Sonic story, they rarely interact with Sonic or his friends and are there mostly to annoy Eggman. Nothing about them screams rival to me the way Metal Sonic does, for example. Another of Eggman's creations and servants, one with his own autonomy and motivations, and his own reasons to kill Sonic separate from Eggman's. Metal Sonic is a great rival to Sonic in that sense. One created by Eggman that works alongside him toward a common goal, but with different motivations. And while Sage does have her own autonomy, her motivations are the same as Eggman's, as she is fully loyal to him, unlike Orbot, Cubot, and Metal Sonic. But that doesn't make her worse as a rival. I think Eggman could use someone like Sage to not only help him fight Sonic, but potentially even take on his legacy in the future. In a story that could take place in the future, Sage could have her own development and her own motivations and want to be Sonic's rival on her own. But it would be neat to see some wholesome father daughter bonding while still being villains. Eggman could raise Sage over the course of the story to resent Sonic for the same reasons he does, with the same mix of utter hatred and begrudging respect Eggman has towards Sonic. Sage could take on a physical form and fight Sonic, or control Eggman's mechs and fight Sonic, as Eggman cheers her on or fights by her side. Sage has a lot of untapped rivalry potential, and we already saw some of that in Sonic Frontiers, the way she summoned Titans to fight Sonic to protect the islands, and I saw some of that same mix of hatred and respect already. Sage still has a long way to go, but I think she can get there with the right kind of story. Sega confirmed that the, in my opinion, overdramatic tone of Sonic Frontiers was only there for one game, and thank God. Because, in my opinion, Roger Craig Smith is actually a really good Sonic voice actor. He's my personal favorite. Ryan Drummond is a close second. And in my opinion, Roger's worst performance wasn't Sonic Colors, it was Sonic Frontiers. It just didn't have the energy I associate with Sonic as a character. And even in similar dire circumstances Sonic has been in the past, he was more upbeat and energetic, and the voice acting reflected that. So I hope that Sage gets a similar boost in energy to what the rest of the cast should be getting in a more upbeat and less melodramatic story. As much as I do like Sonic Frontiers, the voice acting is easily my least favorite part of it, and I don't imagine that Sage's voice acting will change much going forward, but I do hope to see more energy from her because I do see her as a potentially amazing rival to Sonic, and she could easily become one of my favorite Sonic characters if she was given the chance.